Hello everyone, this is Rachel here, and tonight I would like to show you some of the latest additions to my Tolkien collection, and also I have this new candle. It smells really nice. And I just thought it might be fun to have a little candle whisper. So, for the collection, I have 3 new books. 3 new books. And 2 little keychains, and I thought it might be fun to unbox them for you guys. So, let me start off. With the books, and I'm just going to tilt the camera down a little so you can see. Here we go. So first, we have the 2 Towers, and this, my Tolkien collection. I just collect new editions of the books that I don't have. So, this one here, my mom actually got for me. She's a teacher, and one of her fellow teachers was just throwing away books, which is really a shame. So she recovered this one for me, which is great because I don't have this cover yet. I love to just collect different covers and copies and editions. I have quite a few actually. I just started seriously collecting them pretty recently. So, this is The Lord of the Rings Part 2, The 2 Towers. It's by J.R.R. Tolkien. You can see it's got really nice golden script, or not script, just golden print letters. And this is the authorized edition of the fantasy classic, and it's the 50th anniversary edition. And I think this is Legolas here, and there's Gimli, because, you know, in the books, they're famously friends, the friendship between a dwarf and an elf. So there's Legolas, and he's got his little hand on Gimli's shoulder. And I'm fairly certain this is Legolas. Sometimes he has darker hair, because in the book he's actually depicted as having dark hair. But everyone's familiar with Legolas having blonde hair, especially with Orlando Bloom, who portrayed him in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. So unfortunately, the spine on this one's a little bit creased. So if I ever see this copy somewhere else newer, I would probably pick it up again. But just having the copy is good for me. I just like the thought of having a lot of different covers. So that's okay. Now, here's the back. It's just a picture again. And it says, "The way of the ring-bearer. The fellowship was scattered. Some were bracing hopelessly for war against the ancient evil of Sauron. Some were contending with the treachery of the wizard Saruman. Only Frodo and Sam were left to take the accursed ring of power to the dark kingdom where Sauron was supreme. Their guide was Gollum, deceitful and lust-filled, slave to the corruption of the ring." Thus continues the magnificent best-selling tale of adventure begun in the Fellowship of the Ring, which reaches its soul-stirring climax in Return of the King. So, this one, all Lord of the Rings, they always look like this inside. It's got the dwarvish runes up top here, and this is the ring poem down here. And I just really like it. It's the same in everyone. And here's the table of contents. The Lord of the Rings is actually 6 books, and there's 2 books in each volume. So it wasn't really a trilogy, it's really 6 books. So each book focuses on different stories. Now, book 3 here has the departure of Boromir. So Boromir actually, instead of dying at the end of Fellowship of the Ring, as they are in Peter Jackson's films, he dies at the beginning of the 2 Towers in the movie. So we have here the Riders of Rohan, the Uruk-hai, Treebeard, who's an Ent, the White Rider, and that's referring to Gandalf, the King of the Golden Hall, and that's, of course, King Theoden of Rohan. So in Book 2 we have Rohan. The Road to Isengard, Flotsam and Jetsam, the Voice of Saruman, and the Plantier. So this book here, it features it features Merry and Pippin's story and the rest of the Fellowship, whereas when you get to Book 4, it focuses on Frodo and Sam's part of the journey. So it goes through all of Herbs and Stu Rabbit. You probably remember that. That's where Gollum in the films calls Sam a stupid fat hobbit, and Sam famously talks about potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, which is, of course, a little bit of an internet meme. And they also meet Faramir, who in the books is not, is it here? Yes. He is not corrupted by the ring whatsoever. So some people actually were a bit angry. In the films, Faramir actually takes Frodo with the intent to bring the ring to Gondor, whereas in the book he completely resists the temptation. Okay, and I also have, I guess I didn't go in order, but this is the order I obtained them in. It goes with this one, as you can see. This is the Fellowship of the Ring, and my friend, she also has a Lord of the Rings collection, and she had this extra copy, so she gave it to me, which was really nice. As you can see, that's Gandalf, and there's Frodo, and they're checking out the ring in the fire at the end. So this is the Lord of the Rings Part 1, which this is the back. Quest perilous. The dark, fearsome ring wraiths were searching for a hobbit, Frodo Baggins. For a hobbit. Frodo Baggins knew they were seeking him, and the ring he bore, the ring of power that would enable evil Sauron to destroy all that was good in Middle-earth. Now it was up to Frodo and his faithful servant Sam, with a small band of companions, to carry the ring to the one place it could be destroyed, Mount Doom, in the very center of Sauron's kingdom. Thus begins J.R.R. Tolkien's classic The Lord of the Rings, considered by millions of readers to be the greatest fantasy epic ever written. And as you can see, these are actually slightly different. This one is the 50th anniversary edition, and this one is not. So I was looking at the copyright dates inside, and for whatever reason, I was having a little bit of trouble discerning which one was published first. So I assume this one came out before this one because it's $5.95 the price, and this one's $5.99. So this one, I assume, probably came out later than this one did, despite having the same covers. just thought I'd tap them a little. I love tapping sounds. And the last one I got is another copy. And this one came out around the time that Peter Jackson's films were coming out. So it's not as old as these two here. And this is The Return of the King. And the cover art is by Ted Naismith, who is a famous artist, more modern, I guess, in the Tolkien community. I think I probably am misspeaking. Sometimes I get really nervous when I'm making videos, so I always get my facts wrong, but whatever, we're just gonna... Anyway, he's a famous Tolkien artist. So this one is The Return of the King, which is the third part in The Lord of the Rings, so I've acquired all 3 sections of the trilogy. So the back here: the greatest fantasy epic of our time. While the evil might of the Dark Lord Sauron swarmed to conquer all Middle-earth, Frodo and Sam struggled deep into Mordor, seat of Sauron's power. To defeat the Dark Lord, the accursed Ring of Power had to be destroyed in the fires of Mount Doom, but the way was impossibly hard, and Frodo was weakening. Weighed down by the compulsion of the ring, he began finally to despair. The awesome conclusion of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, beloved by millions of readers around the world. Alright, now, I got these at Barnes & Noble, and these are keychains released by the Noble Collection recently for the new Hobbit film. Now, I am a horrible collector, but not horrible, I guess I'm just cheap. They're $10 a piece, and I was just holding off buying them. And I'm so glad that I did, because I saw them at Barnes & Noble the other day for half off. So I got both of them for the price of one. So that was a little more my speed. Now, I'll start out with this one. It's a Lord of the Rings Elvish keychain. And of course it's the ring poem. One ring to rule them all, one ring to bind them, one ring to bring them all in the darkness behind them. So, I'm unboxing it here. I've never done an unboxing video, so. It's got a little velvety, it's in velvet here. Here's the keychain. It's just the ring poem. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. So it's not even the full poem, but it's kind of neat. It's not focusing on the thing. It's focusing on me. Anyway. I really want you to get there. We go. It's just, simple, pretty. I'm so glad I paid $5 for it and not $10 for it. That's all I have to say. I love a good deal. And this one, it's Thorn Oakenshield's key, and it's got a little map. So it's got this handsome fellow on the back here. This explorer's key, and see, this is from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. It's his grandfather's key. This is, of course, the map to get there. Which I think is really cool. This key is so lovely. It's amazing to me how much detail is in it. And I just think about the actual movie prop and how much care and time goes into things like this. I don't know what a workshop they create, the movie props. And so it's just so interesting to think that someone created it. I mean, not this one. This is made by the Tolkien Collection. They make nice prop replicas, but I just think it's really cool to think that someone actually made it. The Hobbit is my favorite book of all time. I loved it before I loved The Lord of the Rings, so it's very special to me. I can't honestly say how I feel about the movies, simply because it's really hard, to look at it without bias, being my favorite book ever. So, this is my new candle. It's strawberry and it smells so good. And I just thought I'd really quickly show it to you guys. I really love candles. When I was younger, I used to not really enjoy the smell of candles. But now that I'm older, I just think there's something so magical about them. used to create such a nice atmosphere. I like to have tea lights everywhere. I have some on my windowsill. And when it's rainy, I like to light the tea lights. I think it just creates a very cozy atmosphere. One time, I was at a friend's house. It was in the woods, sort of, and it had a back porch that was the dining room, but it was enclosed and it had windows all around, and it was almost like a tree house because it jettisoned off into where the woods was. And it was in a little clearing that was surrounded by trees. And I just thought it was so magical there. And I went into her bathroom to wash my hands for dinner. And she had tea lights on her windowsill. And there's just something so charming about not only a house in the woods, but just little tea lights. It's like fairies or something. And I just think it's so beautiful. So that's why I love candles. Because they're like something so beautiful. Fire, it's so dangerous. But when treated correctly, it can bring such warmth, such joy into your life. These tiny little flames here are warming my hands. Maybe if you focus really hard, you can feel the warmth on your hands too. I've always loved fire. It's so mysterious, so magical. When I was young, I would always look in the fires, in the campfires, for faces and shapes. See how gentle it is, how it flickers. It's so beautiful, so gentle. moment now. For yourself. Take a deep breath in. And out. Let all your worries, let all your troubles melt away, just like the wax, the candle. Imagine that there is a steady flame. It won't burn you, but it's quite pleasant. It's warm, but not too warm. It sends tingles down your spine. Let this flame help you fall asleep. Let it start in your heart as you breathe in and out. Breathe in the smooth fragrance of strawberries, the smell of summer, of happy days, and let the warmth in your heart flow through the rest of your body. Let it go down your arms, fill your chest, travel up your spine. Let this warmth cradle your head like a nice warm pillow. Let it flow down your back, down your legs, down your feet. As you continue to breathe in and out. Let this warmth surround your whole body like you've just been tucked in to a cozy bed next to a warm, happy hearth. This flame will keep the bad dreams away and bring only good to you. Close your eyes and let yourself sink slowly into a state of relaxation and sleep. Let the warm, tingling feeling spread through your body. Let it protect you. Let it comfort you. I'm going to count backwards from 20. With each number, I want you to sink deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. When I reach 1, allow yourself to be completely relaxed. Fall asleep if you must. It's okay. I want you to allow yourself time to be completely relaxed. 20. 9. Let yourself relax. You deserve a moment